All right, hey Chipola Nation, we're here with Coach Brendan Foley of the Indians basketball team here at Chipola. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good.
Great,
Good to be back
great.
on.
Yeah, man, fantastic. So tell me, you had your guys out as part of your training table. You guys were out eating donuts this morning.
Yep.
Tell us what was going on with that.
Amy Allen over at Golson Elementary, they had donuts for dudes this morning, so a couple of our guys went over and had breakfast with the students and got to spend some time over there and get to meet some of the elementary kids.
That's great. That's great. I've seen your players interact with little kids, and it's amazing because I would say that the average height on our team is 6'8" or better. And when you put a 6'8" guy, when you compare them to an elementary school student who is about 3 feet tall, I bet they think it's just amazing.
Yeah. Barely fitting little lunch tables there.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank y'all for doing that, and y'all are doing a lot of good work in the community, and we appreciate that, and we know that helps.
Definitely.
Keeps fans interested. We got a lot of things to talk about here today. We've got some preseason scrimmages coming up. You said in Texas and Orlando. How soon are those going to happen?
Not this coming weekend, next weekend. It's hard to believe. We have 6 scrimmages.
Okay.
And then that'll be out in Fort Worth, Texas.
And that's in early October?
First weekend, yeah.
First weekend.
Yeah, we'll scrimmage some of the top teams in all of JUCO. So it'll be good to see where we're at and give us some stuff to work on before we actually play our first game in November.
Okay.
And then the following weekend we go to Orlando, and I haven't seen the schedule yet, but we'll play some good teams down there and kind of build off the first weekend. And then it'll still have a couple weeks left before we open up. So it'll be good practice before it counts on your record to kind of see where we're at and just make some final adjustments going into November. So
great.
Excited about that.
And then at home, we're at home November 1st and 2nd.
Yes.
For a men's
first
and
two,
women's big.
first 2 weekends. There's a men's and women's joint classic. Be a lot of basketball, a lot of opportunities to see some good teams.
Okay.
So see men and women play at home.
Right. And we'll invite some conference teams in, but we might not be playing them.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. I know Tallahassee's coming the second weekend on the men's side, and then opening weekend is some non-conference teams.
Okay.
Rowan State from Tennessee, Southwest Mississippi, and then Chattahoochee Valley from Alabama.
Wow, that's awesome. You also mentioned that we're in something called the evaluation period. What exactly is that?
It's an NCAA evaluation period where Division I, Division II, all those schools are allowed out on your campus to recruit your players. So we've had a good amount of traffic in here. A lot of former Chipola guys that are coaching at the next level come in here to recruit our guys. So it's been good to see some familiar faces, and it's kind of honor to our guys that those guys are coming to see them to recruit them.
That's great. And we've got a great record of sending guys on to the next level. We pretty much graduate everybody, and just about all of our players, if they're healthy, they get a chance at the next level.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we tell them. Obviously with this conference, but let alone Chipola, the tradition here, it's the biggest platform in junior college to get recruited, and it's a great place to be.
Right.
It's a great exposure. Get exposed to a lot of coaches, so the opportunity's there. Now, what they do with it is up to them. But, they certainly have the opportunity and exposure and the avenue to get there.
Yeah. I want you to talk about some of your assistant coaches. I know you were an assistant coach here for how many years?
5 or 6.
I think you set the world record because obviously people don't want to be an assistant forever, and thank goodness you hung on and made it to the head spot here. But we just lost a couple of coaches. Who were they?
Tim Pete, and Tim was actually when Coach Campbell, before he left, was the second assistant with me, and then when I got promoted, obviously he stayed on with me. But Tim, outstanding young coach. He's got a tremendous future and this bright future. He went back to UNC Greensboro, where he was a grad assistant there before he came here. And a guy, their staff left, and then Coach Miller promoted some people and then hired Tim back. So we hate to lose him, but we're excited for him.
Sure.
That's what they're here for.
Absolutely.
It's no different than our players. They're here to move up, maximize their time here, and then move on to the Division I level. So we're certainly happy for him and wish him all the best. And then Coach McCullough, who helped me out last year, him and his family are moving, and hate to lose him as well, because he was a tremendous asset. But he's going to be with his family. He's retired, so
Yeah,
we
yeah.
understand that. And
Yeah, Ricky McCulloch probably has coached more minutes than anybody in the Panhandle.
Yeah,
I mean, he's been at it
definitely.
for a number of years, so we
So
do we wish him the best. So you
Definitely.
got some pretty good leads on some replacements.
Yeah, I've hired a volunteer assistant, Cam Griffin, who played 4 years at the University of Denver, then was able to play in the NBA G League
Wow.
for a few years. So he played professionally. Most recently was a grad assistant at Abilene Christian,
Uh-huh.
and just jumped at the opportunity to get into coaching. So we're thrilled to have him, and just in the process of
Yeah.
get one more coach here. And then I got Coach Morrow back with me, Denon, who does a fantastic job. So we're lucky to have him.
Right.
Have a great staff. So
Yeah.
we're excited about
That's
that.
great. That's great. Well, Coach, let me see if we covered everything we wanted to cover. One thing that we wanted to talk about, in addition to the regular games that we've got on the schedule, we do have the Harlem Globetrotters coming in here
Yeah.
December 9th. So tell us a little bit about that event.
It's just an event to obviously get the community involved. Where they'll come in here and put a show on for the town, and obviously they usually travel to big cities, so we're fortunate to have them come to Marianna, Florida, and put an event on. It'll be very family friendly, good atmosphere. Encourage everyone to come out and witness that and
Yeah.
experience it, because it'll be a fun night of entertainment.
Right. I was looking on their website. They have about 60 players, so they have multiple teams, and I
Yeah.
think they travel all over the country, and the different versions of the team will go
Yeah.
and they of course they bring a team that that the Globetrotters play
Yeah.
the other team, and
Yeah.
everything. And so it's a lot of fun. I remember seeing them here in the Milt probably back in the 80s, and really fantastic, and a great opportunity for people from our community to see some. A lot of these guys were NBA or they played overseas, and
Right.
and now they have women
Yeah.
on the team too.
Yeah.
And I mean, my gosh, I mean, I can imagine how good some of those girls are, because I think half of our women's team could play for the NBA right now. They're so great. But anyway, well, Coach, it looks like we're off to a great start. So again, you're headed out to Orlando and Texas for some scrimmages in October, and then we open it up right here in the Milt on November 1st. So we wish you the best with the beginning of basketball season.
Appreciate it. It's hard to believe it's already here.
I know. Thanks.
Thanks.